Warning, the following episode of Really Freaking Clever deals with mature themes and sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Wow. I don't know what to say. This was the best Skype date I've ever been on.
It was absolutely perfect, Josh.
You're the perfect one, babe.
Don't you have something to ask me?
Come on, Josh, don't choke up now. Think of something good to say. You're really freaking clever. You've got to have some sort of smart way to keep things going well. How big are your boobs? Ever since Toad first revealed that your princess was in another castle, romance has played a key role in the history of video games. The trope of rescuing a damsel in distress in exchange for a kiss has long been a staple of dramatic storytelling, so it makes sense that earlier games relied on this trope to quickly get across to a player just why they were going on this digital adventure. As our technology has advanced, however, gaming's use of romance and sexuality has progressed very little beyond being window dressing, or told in a manner outside of actual gameplay, such as cutscenes. But what if there was a game that based its entire experience around the ups and downs of a relationship, and that managed to one-up the very genre it was parodying? Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to HuniePop. At first glance, HuniePop doesn't seem that different when compared to the dozens of Japanese virtual novels and dating sims that have recently started showing up on Steam. One would think that the American developers of HuniePop simply decided, hey, people like these games, people like Candy Crush, put them together and what do you got? Bibbidi-bobbidi boobs. But as anyone who's played this game will tell you, HuniePop's puzzle mechanics are actually some of the best in the business. Similar to the Puzzle Quest series, HuniePop is designed around the tactical use of both combos and items rather than the more random nature of similar games. And with each girl possessing different strengths and weaknesses for different colored matches, the game refuses to settle into a groove and get boring. All in all, the puzzle system is just incredibly well designed. So play it, people will say. Ignore the sexuality and just enjoy the puzzles. Problem is, that's just where the game starts getting interesting. You see, in between the puzzles or date sections of the game, HuniePop more closely resembles a typical dating simulator. You need to learn more about the many girls in your life, buying gifts, food, and drinks in order to make them happy. And while parts of these sections are sometimes problematic, seriously, this game is less politically correct than your average Republican grandpa, the game manages to strike a nice balance between preparation and action taking. For any correct response or gift that you give to a girl, you don't directly get a benefit to how much they like you. Instead, you'll gain a resource called Honey that can be used to upgrade different aspects of the puzzle segments, allowing you to increase your score dramatically. Other times, you'll receive items that can be used to completely change the tide of a losing battle. As the game gets harder, it becomes impossible to complete the puzzle segments without investing time and preparing yourself with these perks. The entire goal of this game is to improve your relationship enough with each of the girls so that you can eventually sleep with them. And while a game based around sex sounds like it should be mindless, I have to emphasize again just how tactical things are. There's all this preparation that has to take place before each date, from remembering trivia about the girls, giving them things they'll like, and managing your inventory, as items that'll work wonders when on a date with one character won't go so well with another. And even once you do get into the actual puzzle segments, the game is still deliberately slow-paced. There's no time limit, but instead a move limit, which when combined with gems that'll make you lose points if you match them, force you to carefully consider each move and try to maximize how effective you are. Do you make that 4 match of romance gems before it accidentally gets moved away? Or do you take a risk and try to build up your score multiplier first by matching clusters of hearts? You have to play the game like a nervous, overexcited, and over-analytical player, trying to make you the best impressions possible on these characters before making your move, which, funnily enough, is exactly what your protagonist in-game is trying to do. And then, once you've mastered the art of this type of puzzle solving, succeeded in multiple dates, and taken a girl out on one final evening, she'll invite herself back to your room. Okay, here's where things start getting raunchy, so Mom, Dad, please stop watching this video. Like most R-rated dating simulators, the reward for finally sleeping with a girl is some artwork that I definitely cannot show on YouTube. But in HuniePop, you still have one extra challenge that flips the previous gameplay mechanics on their head. To seal the deal and finally see some boobs, you'll need to fill a constantly draining meter by matching as many gems as possible, as fast as you can. You've survived through a date on your best, well-planned behavior, so now it's time to let loose. The game makes you feel crazily overpowered in these segments, as since you no longer have to worry about moves or really anything, you can just unleash as many combos as possible, accompanied by multitudes of explosions and, happy lady noises. Before you even get to the cliched hentai reward, the gameplay itself is already reinforcing the rush of romance, the happy feeling of letting go with someone you care about and trust. The game... Okay, no more flowery language. I feel weird. The regular puzzles have slow gameplay like a date. The sex puzzles have fast gameplay like crazy honeymoon sex. I don't know how I can say it more G-rated than that. At the moment, HuniePop is pretty popular on YouTube because, yeah, it's a funny concept. Matching gems to sleep with huge-chested anime women, it almost sounds like a parody of itself. But HuniePop goes the extra mile by actually simplifying concepts of romance and sex and reinforcing those feelings through its own gameplay. While other titles continue to still merely treat sexuality as a graphical feature, not actually affecting the core gameplay, HuniePop goes the distance and keeps things interesting by incorporating the sex factor into its actual design. Many games can claim to be dating simulators, but HuniePop is one of the only titles that actually lives up to the name. And you know what? I'd have to say that is really freaking clever. Hey there, did you like this video and want to see more episodes on game design? Why not hit that subscribe button and the like button and all the positive buttons they have down there that can help this video out. And if you want to hear more about me talking about HuniePop, my friend Zurachi, who helped with the cold open of this video, like this sexy bugger he is, he just did a video on HuniePop as well. Top 5 girls. And I'm in it too. I'm not one of the girls, but click on it. Go check it out. He's a handsome man. He deserves your views. Do it. I dare you. I double dare you. I triple dare you. I'm daring you so hard right now. There's so many dares just flying at you. You beautiful person.